Right, 20 April 2021, and today I've got a very, very sad story that I want to just bring to you, and I hope that this video broadcast is going to help, because there are two missing people, and I hate it when this kind of thing happens, because these people are fathers. So this is a father of two, and one of them has a wife that is pregnant. So I'm putting a number on the screen. This is the number that whoever is watching this video, if they have information about what has happened to these guys, they can contact this number and give more information. So the situation that has happened is that there's a church called the ZCC at Mbungo. So that is just off Masvingo, 80 kilometers from Masvingo approximately. And this church is led by Bishop Nehemiah Mtendi. And there are two members of this church that have been missing since 26 February, after they were attacked by security guards or members of a group called the Jerusalem Group there at Mbungo. And this story is well known within the ZCC. The families of these two, they want information. So I'm going to put a photo here on the screen. That is the first person there. Let me get his correct name so that I don't give you the wrong information. He's called Dignity Zvitambo. That's him there. He was, on this very photo, he was on his way on 26 February to Mbungo. And the other man, so Dignity Zvitambo is a father of two. He's married, he's a father of two. He's been missing since 26 February after he was attacked by that group called the Jerusalem Group. And he is from Kwekwe. He attends at Redcliffe, a ZCC Redcliffe. And he was a prophet there, according to the church. They say that he's a prophet there. And he hasn't been seen since that day when he was attacked. Then let's go to the second guy, Blessing. So let me change the name there. So that is Blessing Mawonera, the guy at the center. You can see at the background, that is the ZCC church. I've been to this place 2 years ago. This place is 60 kilometers from my village. And I went here, and the guards here are quite aggressive. So I tried to take pictures here, and they did not allow me, but they did not allow me in a very aggressive way. So I know what happened here. It's likely that something terrible happened, and this needs to be brought to the light. We need a proper answer from this church on what has happened to Dignity and Blessing. These guys are fathers, and they are wanted by their families. They cannot just disappear like that. So you can see here is Dignity on the very same day. He's standing in front of this church. This is the head office of ZCC Mbungo. So these guys have been missing, and the families want them. The number is on the screen. Contact that number if you know what has happened to these people. This story is well known within the ZCC. It's being discussed within the ZCC groups, and we need to make sure that these guys are found. And I'm sure the police should also investigate what happened to these guys. We can't have people just disappearing and then nothing happens. They need to be found. They need to go back to the home. I have talked to a number of people, and what they say to me is that the leader at Redcliffe and the leader at Mbungo, they've admitted that these guys got here. They also admitted that the Jerusalem group admitted that they attacked these guys, but they cannot say where they went. They've said the story that they were in Mozambique, at ZCC Mozambique, but someone has to take responsibility in this church. You can't have people just missing and then nothing happens. So we need them back, and they need to be found, and they need to go back to their families. If they have been killed or something has happened to them, someone must be held responsible. You can't just do something and nothing happens, because a person is not an animal that you just get rid of and nothing happens. So that is the number on the screen. Please contact. And right, let me look at that. There's a comment there that came out saying, what is the name of the leader at Redcliffe? I'm going to give you the name. I'm going to get it soon after this. I'm going to put it on gambako.com. You can go and find it within the next few minutes. I'm going to give you the names. But I know that the branch is called Simbi there at Redcliffe, ZCC Redcliffe. And as I said, I have been to Mbungo here, and the last time that I was here, the guys were very, very aggressive. The security guards. I don't know whether it is the culture, but it is not an environment which is very, very, I don't know if it's a Christian environment or what, but what I realized is that it's a closed community and a lot can happen. So Dignity, for example, was being accused of wanting to break away with some people or with some church members. And that probably led to his attack by the people in the church. I know that the leaders of this church, they live in the United States of America, or their families live in the United States of America. If these guys are not found, the Americans must chase these guys from America. We can't have this situation, and this needs to be taken very, very seriously. You can't do that to just get rid of people or attack people and then get away with it. And a brief history of this church, the ZCC, it's a massive church. I think at least 1 million members in Zimbabwe. It broke out during apartheid here in South Africa. It broke out from the main ZCC, and the elder Mtendi, the late Mtendi, was a member of that church here in South Africa. And the reason why they broke out from the South African ZCC is because of polygamy. So the South African ZCC did not allow polygamy, and then the Zimbabwean one, and I think the Malawian one or the Zambian one, they said they want to have polygamy. That's why the Zimbabwean church of ZCC is separate from the one here in South Africa. Right, so the number is on the screen, and we want those people to come back. An investigation must be done there. The church must carry out a proper investigation. If these guys are not found, I'm sure someone can launch a campaign to get these guys out of the United States, the leaders of this church. They must go and live in Zimbabwe if they want to abduct people. Right, let's go to some comments here. And I'm very unhappy about this. I don't believe that people should be abducting people at all, for any reason. Right, Lakson Mumbijo. Is this true, Gambakwe? There's a number on this screen. Phone that number and find out what I'm telling you. 2 people are missing. A father of 2 and one whose wife is pregnant. Phone that number and you'll see who's going to answer you. Clemens, they were attacked for what reason at the church? The information I have is that they were attacked because Dignity was accused of wanting to break away. So there was a fight with the Jerusalem group, and then no one knows what happened after the attack. It's admitted that there was an attack on them, but no one knows if they were killed or they were injured or they're being held. No one knows. So we need this to be sorted. We need these people out wherever they're being held. If they're dead, we need to know who did it and where are the bodies. And then Simon is saying, when have you been at Mbungo, Mr. Journalist? My house is 60 kilometers from this place. I pass here when I go to my village. It's literally 15 minutes drive from my house. I know this place. I pass here all the time. And I was there in 2020, during the Easter service. I was here. I went there to see someone. And when I went there, I wanted to photograph this building. I want to show you the building. They've got a big building there. This building where, if you look behind this picture here, they built a new building there. It's huge, but no one is allowed in here. I don't know, when I arrived there, everyone was standing outside, and it was strange to me that there's a big building, but they were having their service outside. So I guess it is a building for VIPs. The point I'm trying to make is, if you know that someone has disappeared and is missing, and you're a church, you must find that person. You cannot hide that someone is missing, their body is not found. That's not right. You need to do things above board, especially if you live in America. You cannot live in America and then start abducting people in Zimbabwe. It just won't work. It won't end well for you. And I know what I'm talking about. Let's go to Bavulani Bungeni. The leaders are best mates of top Zimbabwean officials. It doesn't matter. I don't think if you are a top, I don't think top leaders in Zimbabwe know that these guys are missing. And I can tell you for a fact that no one is going to just sit there and say, oh, you killed some people, you're my mate, just stay there. Nothing will happen to you. This has to be investigated. We need to make sure that our country develops and we get rid of these untouchable people. People need to be touchable. You know, there's no place with no crime, but the crime should be committed and they should be investigated. So in this case, all we're saying is 28 February to 20 April. That's way over almost 2 months. They are missing people. Find these people. If you're the church, you cannot be talking about it in WhatsApp groups. Go and make a police report. Find out what happened to these guys. If they're being held in Mozambique, go and get them. If they're being held at Mbungo, take them out. If they were killed, find their bodies, give them to their families. Do not just hide the whole situation. And the number is on the screen, phone there, WhatsApp there, and get more information. Page side. This is not the first time someone goes missing at Mbungo. It's just unfortunate that this has been publicized, but the bishop knows what's happening. Every year in April, such things do happen. ZCC Mbungo are our neighbors. And as I said, I was there. I know this place, and I pass there all the time. It's a good operation. You've got a good church there, got a big following, but this must stop. This aggressive behavior and people disappearing, that's not okay. Right. Mandi saying, can the embassy not get involved? Obviously, if these guys are not found, the American embassy is going to have to be involved because the leaders of this church live in America. There needs to be pressure on these guys. Until these two guys are found, there's going to be pressure that you cannot withstand. So this is Blessing there. All right, he's missing. And that is Dignity there. He's missing. The pressure that these guys are going to get, if these guys are not found, they cannot withstand it. I can assure you of that. Because, as I said, Nothing can justify someone going missing at a church. And then you think it will just disappear and go away. The period that we are living in now has changed everything. This kind of stuff could happen in the past. Someone could go missing and you get away with it. But now, you can't. Then let's go to Jemina. Something must be done. They must just bring back these guys, dead or alive. Yes, that's not Christianity. I agree with you. Lawrence saying they are not the first ones, my brother. It always happens, especially in Gokwe Mtendi. I know Chekeresa Uyo. Right, I'm not sure about Chekeresa. All I'm saying is, now that we've brought this issue to the public domain, we need it to be investigated. I personally wrote today to the guys there at Mbungo. I did not get a response, but this needs to be investigated. Contact that guy. That is the family member there. The church must contact him and they must say what is happening. And then culture, you're saying how long? They went missing on 26 February. And they've not been found ever since then. Then why don't you go there and interview the bishop, Mr. Journalist? I think he lives in America. I'm not sure. Or he spends a lot of time there. And as I said, their families are overseas. They don't live in Zimbabwe. And, okay, Chigare is saying, whom did you write? Obviously, I wrote the numbers that are there on the Facebook page. They're always live there. So it's not it's a live page. They use it for church every week. They must go now on their Facebook page and they will see the message I wrote them. There's my number there. Contact me. If you don't want to contact me, there is the number of the family member there. Contact this guy and tell him where his brother is, a father of two, dignity. Tell him what happened to his brother. Tell the wife of Blessing Maonera what happened to the husband. She's pregnant now. So I think the point that we're making here is this kind of thing is not acceptable. If you've got issues, don't solve them through violence. No one has the right to attack people. Right, the government, they surely now know the issue and will make sure that it is not. Nandi lives in America. I said his family lives in America and I know what I'm talking about. So for now, he can say he's not living there, but obviously, if this continues unresolved, you're going to see. I do not think this is something that we should allow to happen. And missing people, abducted people, it's not a joke. It's not funny. It's not something that we want. And I'm sure you have all seen the comments when we posted this post in the morning. You've seen all the posts there from the members of the church. And I think there is a lot that needs to be done in the church. You cannot have a church where people, if you're wearing a uniform, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be fighting. You're wearing a uniform so that you look the same, but not that you behave in an undisciplined way and start beating up people and people go missing. Right, Lydia Goni, I'm not going to answer you here. I've got all the information that I need. And if these guys are not found soon, I'm going to personally take that information to the right people and you'll see. Because as I'm saying to you, you can make your comments here online, but on the ground, things are going to happen to make sure that these guys are found. It's not funny, Lydia, for someone to be missing and for their family not to see them for 2 months. Just imagine we come to your house, we take your husband, we take your kids, and then you see how funny it is and how many comments you're going to be making on social media. Right, so I think I'm done here. This story made me very, very unhappy, especially when I heard it, that it happened at the church and no investigations are taking place. The guys are nonchalant the members are coming to Facebook to just write comments as if it's a funny thing. So let us leave it here. There is the number on the screen. If you have any information, please contact the number or contact my number. Let's get these guys found in whatever state they are. So I'm going to be signing out with Angie Paras, who did this video about 2 years ago, and I really enjoyed shooting this. Thank you very much for watching, and tomorrow we'll be back. I'm going to give an update on our project, on our diaspora investment group. We've made a lot of progress over the past 3 days. We're getting ready to close our group within the next week. We're reaching 100 members. So we're getting ready to close and also to start working on real things on the ground. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk again tomorrow.